Hey Android fans, this is Eric from hollywoodfrodo.com with another Android app review. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a new, really cool live wallpaper that's available on Google Play. Before I get to that, just a reminder that if you want to support my reviews, you can do that by buying NFC tags from andytags.com, or at least hop over there and check them out. Andytags.com, they have really cool NFC stickers and also keychains, cool Android keychains. Even if you don't use the NFC part, it's a cool Android keychain. So you can check those out after the review. Anyway, the live wallpaper I'm going to be talking to you about today is called Flying High Live Wallpaper. It's really cool. It's kind of like a flight simulator. Is what it looks like. The graphics are really advanced, really cool looking, very smooth. Anyway, it's a live wallpaper, so there's not much to say about it. You need to see it. So let's hop on my phone and I'll show you how it works and all the different settings and why you might want to try it out. So here's my home screen. This is my main screen on my home screen, and behind my icons and my widgets, you're seeing a Flying High Live Wallpaper. Now, as you'll see when we go into settings, there are different sort of camera shots. Right now, obviously the camera is in front of the airplane looking behind it, but you can have different types of camera shots from the side, from the back, and I'm sure it'll switch. I think it goes for each one for anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds before it switches to a different one. So you'll see another one. I'm going to scroll over here to a screen that's more open so you can see it better. Hopefully you can see the details here of the clouds and everything. I'm going to hold it close so you can kind of see. The detail is really, really awesome. And oh, and by the way, it also works in landscape, so that gives you a really cool visual as well for landscape. And it's kind of like, as you can see the camera is kind of changing angles. As you can see, it's very much, if you've ever done like a flight simulator, it's very much like being inside a flight simulator, which is pretty cool on the screen. One of the things that I like about it is that in spite of all the cool graphics and the motion, it doesn't detract from your icons. Let me get it back into portrait mode here, and now you can see the camera angle has changed, and now we're behind the craft. But yeah, if you look at it, I mean, you have no problem detecting my icons on top of it, because even though it's moving a lot, it isn't busy in terms of colors. And I don't like live wallpapers that have really busy colors, and especially if they have busy colors and motion, sometimes your widgets and your icons don't stand out above them. But with this live wallpaper, it's really cool because it really is in the background, and it has sort of a 3D effect, which is really cool, so that your icons really stand out. You have no problem seeing your icons and picking them out above the wallpaper. So let's go into the settings real quick so I can show you the settings and the things you can change. Flying High, and we're going to go into settings. First thing you can change is the texture quality. You want to use the highest quality that works well on your device, obviously, to get the best picture. I will say this live wallpaper is really built for high-end phones. That means, you know, recent phones like the Samsung Galaxy S3, the Droid Razr Max HD, the HTC One series, you know, any newer phones that have a good processor, I'd say, you know, like a dual or quad core, probably 1.2 gigahertz or higher, at least 1 gigabyte of RAM. If you're using an old phone, probably not going to work very well. You can change it to a low setting and see how that does for you, but then it's not going to look as good either. But you do have that option. You can choose to have animated clouds or not. Again, this is something that does take power to animate clouds, so if you're using an old device, probably not going to work. And then the rest of this doesn't really have any effect on the performance. It's just a matter of your personal preference. Cameras shake so that it kind of, you know, is like a camera is actually on the plane or in the sky, so it kind of shakes the way it would if you were, you know, filming and flying. And then you can choose which cameras you want to have. So if you always want a particular view of the camera, you can have that. You don't have to have it changing. But I think it's kind of cool to change it because they all have sort of their own things that look good. And then you have aircraft turbulence, which you can turn on or off. And then maneuvers, because there's different maneuvers. I think you saw a few of the maneuvers earlier on my home screen. A barrel roll, an aileron roll, which is not something, I don't know any of these terms, but if you are a pilot, then I'm sure you would. And then a loop. I know what that is, even without being a pilot. So very simple settings here, but things that just kind of customize it and make it look better. And now one thing I know, because I always get this, people are going to want to know, does it use more battery, etc., etc. So simple answer to that. Yes and no. It's live wallpapers use battery. Anything your phone does uses battery. However, a live wallpaper is only going to use battery when it's being viewed. So when you're on your home screen and this is playing in the background, yes, it's going to use battery. But that's the only time it'll use battery, is when you're on your home screen and it's playing in the background. When you open an app up and you're not seeing this, it's not running and it's not going to be burning battery. But that is you need to know. I would say the one thing about this live wallpaper, because it uses OpenGL, that's how it gets, I believe that's what it uses, and that's how it gets such really cool graphics. That does require processing power. So it definitely uses some processing power, uses some RAM to run as smooth and as cool as it does. But again, as long as you have a high-end device, it should run. When they're probably running it on my phone for the last 24 hours, and I haven't had any problem with it loading up or crashing or anything like that, and I haven't had any problem running any of my other apps either. So it works well. You're seeing some of the maneuvers there. But anyway, that's it. There really isn't anything else to say about it. Really, it's one of those things, it's all about seeing it. And now that you've seen it and you've seen how cool it is, you can get it on your phone and then show off to all your Android friends so that they can get it, and show off to your iPhone friends and make them jealous because they can't. That was Flying High Live Wallpaper. And as you can tell, it's very cool, very high style kind of live wallpaper with really awesome graphics. Especially if you're into flying at all, then it's a must-have. But even if you're not really into flying, it's just a really cool live wallpaper. Looks great behind all your widgets and icons on your home screen. So anyway, check it out on Google Play. If you like this review, then please click the like button. Remember, it's not really about whether or not you like the app or whether or not you like me. It's just about whether or not you like the review. But anyhow, do that. Share the review with your friends, especially if you have friends who you think would actually like this live wallpaper. Then please share the review with them so they can check it out. And subscribe to my channel so you can be notified or know when new reviews are added, because I'm adding more and more every week. Anyway, until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only going to be as good as you make it.